Would you be shocked if I told you that Star Wars might not be broken, but it also hasn't fully figured itself out yet? No, you would not be shocked because most of you that come to this channel, when you see Star Wars content, you're a true fan. You know exactly the state of Star Wars in the franchise right now. And depending on what happens over the next couple years, this franchise is either about to stabilize or we're right back in the same cycle again. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Jimmy or Chaos. Today, we're going to be talking about where Star Wars actually stands right now, what's working, what's clearly not, and why there are actual real signs of life that things might be finally turning around. Remember, guys, I read every single comment on every single video. Now, let's be honest for a second here. Star Wars is in a weird spot because on one side, you've got some of the best content we've seen in years, at least my personal opinion, Andor. I mean, early Mandalorian, even parts of Ahsoka. But then on the other side, you've got other projects, well, they just didn't land. Boba Fett, Acolyte, some felt rushed, some felt unnecessary. Some straight up missed the tone completely and pissed off a lot of people. So right now, the franchise, it's not dead, but it is definitely trying to figure itself out. And that is where the current direction and decisions actually matter. So let's start with the big one. The future of Star Wars movies. That's where it all started. And at the end of the day, the big screen is where it will probably all end. We know that we have the new Jedi Order film, Daisy Ridley, coming back as Rey, rebuilding the Jedi Order. And I know a lot of you, we've talked about this in the past, and you have conveyed that, okay, here we go again for the fourth time. Now, this one's set about 15 years after Rise of Skywalker, and the idea is that she's rebuilding the Jedi Order again. That's where the community gets split because some people want closure. Some people don't want to revisit the era at all. Let me know if you're on the side that is done with the Skywalker saga or if you're on the side where it's just Star Wars content, you're going to consume it all and you really don't care. And the bigger issue to me, we don't have a clear long-term plan. It feels like the start of a trilogy, but there's nothing locked in. I've even heard rumors that this one is testing a trilogy. If it goes good, it could go into the next trilogy. So we're in this position where Star Wars is moving forward, but they're not committing to anything. Now, we do know Disney has multiple movie spots slated. We've got May 2026, we've got December 2026, we've got December 2027, we've got The Mandalorian and Grogu coming. We know Starfighter is being worked on, but those aren't the big ones. Those are one-offs. They really, really are. The Mandalorian and Grogu is like a buddy cop movie. The Starfighter is supposedly going to be set in its own bubble and not really connected to anything else. You don't have to watch other Star Wars movies to go connect to this. So we don't know anything about Daisy Ridley's really, and we don't know anything about the next trilogy, and we don't know anything about Star Wars Legacy or Jedi Prime or whatever they're going to call it, where they're the movie where they're going to go back 25,000 years and tell us how the Jedi started and when the Force was actually discovered. We don't know any of those things. I mean, the Dawn of the Jedi project, that's probably my most exciting one. But they haven't given us hardly anything. And then, of course, you had Taika Waititi's film. I don't even think that's still alive. I haven't looked at it. I hope not. I just don't think that's a good fit at all. Then you had Marvel's guy. He was going to do one. He's not doing it. Kathleen Kennedy's out. I mean, there is a lot of fluctuation in the Star Wars universe right now. I mean, we never got Rogue Squadron. Kevin Feige's project, like I said, gone, poof, disappeared. So they are definitely pulling back. We know that. Now, let's talk about Disney Plus. And streaming used to be the main focus. It burned out fast. Now, some shows, they worked. Andor is widely considered one of the best things Star Wars has ever done. Put it up there with Rogue One, right? Mandalorian early seasons set a really strong foundation. Others, we talked about it. They didn't hit at all. We're not going to go into Acolyte hate today. We're not going to, but we saw the exact same thing happen with Marvel too. They tried to burn us out and just overload us, and things are different now. I think they are. Dave Filoni's now Chief Creative Officer. That's big because whether you like everything he's done or not, I know a lot of you are divided. I think he truly understands Star Wars at its core. I do. Now you've got him, Favreau, you got Tony Gilroy. They're all influencing the direction. I think that's probably the strongest creative lineup Star Wars has had in a long time. Now, if Disney execs will actually let them lead, maybe we get stabilized. Now, I'll circle back to the rumor that we opened with on the show here, right? There's been talk, mostly fan-driven, some inside talk, about the sequel trilogy being adjusted. Not actually erased, but maybe reframed using something like the World Between Worlds. So let's be clear. Disney is not going to come out and say, yeah, that didn't happen. That's not realistic. But the fact that even people are talking about this, that tells you everything. There is a disconnect between what the franchise delivered and what the fans expected. Tell me your thoughts on 7, 8, 9. I would truly like to hear them in the comment section. And it's not really about retconning because they have talked about that. People are talking about just get rid of them. They're gone. But if you're going to have Daisy Ridley rebuilding the Jedi Order, you're not going to retcon, honestly, anything. You're just going to get even more messy. So where does that leave us? Well, movies, they're about to become the focus again. They truly, truly are. Streaming has been scaled way back, and we know the creative leadership may finally be more centralized than it's been in a long time. So I'll give them this. It's a clear effort to try to win fans back. I mean, you can feel it, but the real question is, can they actually stick the landing here? Because this is kind of the moment. Either Star Wars moves forward with a clear, confident direction, or we're going to go right back in the same cycle again for the 4th time, for the 5th time, for the 6th time. And I am also, now, don't get me wrong, I have been a Star Wars fan since I was 5 years old, going to The Empire Strikes Back with my dad, my first ever movie theater experience. I can remember it crystal clear to this day. I am a true and true Star Wars fan. I am a true and true Skywalker Saga fan. But I would agree with everybody else that it's time to move on, move backwards, do something, get us out of this cycle. There's a whole universe out there. That's why I'm so intrigued by Dawn of the Jedi. I really, really am, because it doesn't have to pull from anything. It can stand on its own. No references, no cameos, no hints to absolutely anything. It can be its own new beginning. And I feel like that's what's got to happen. You either got to go 25,000 years in the past, or you need to go way into the future. Then again, Star Trek tried to do that with Starfleet Academy, and that crashed and burned as well. Tried to go way into the future, but then again, there was a lot more to that, which we'll talk about on Trek videos. We're not going to talk about that on a Star Wars video, but my point is, you have to give some distance between yourself and the Skywalker saga with stories that you're going to tell. And that comes back to the whole debate. If Daisy Ridley's coming back, I think Daisy Ridley's an amazing actor. I thought Rey was a great character. I thought she was poorly written. I don't think it was anything to do with Daisy Ridley. But if you're going to bring that back, and we're going to reestablish the Jedi Order for the 42nd time, what are we doing? I mean, we're just spinning circles. We truly, truly are. But then again, I'm a hypocrite because I'm also going to go digest any type of Star Wars that I can get. I truly, truly am. So you guys, let me know what you think. Where do we go? Where do we go with Daisy Ridley's movie, the new trilogy? What do they do? Do they retcon 7, 8, 9? Do they do it again? Do we hit a redo? Do we focus on Dawn of the Jedi? Do we focus on one-offs? I want to know your thoughts. I'll see you guys soon.